Alright, Shalom. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Ba'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double on to Apostle Elder Great Millstone. Shalom to Hope for Lek. This is Brother Call from GMS Cleveland Camp, Lord willing, with edifying lesson. Don't know exactly how I'm gonna give this title, but here's a more exhortation. I'm leaving the live stream, and the Elder Mar is making great points about certain things, about just enduring. It's like enduring a lot. And basically, however, Yahweh Shai have things playing out for you, whether it be good or bad, to just continue to serve and have faith in Yahweh Shai. The Brother Kadash gave the example about the three holy children. Okay, say how we are careful to answer thee in this matter. In Babylon, about worshiping the statue. All right, they said, look, man, whether the Lord deliver us or not, we still not gonna worship you. The Elder Amar was bringing out different examples. Job, X, Y, Z, right? But he was basically making a point. How, again, like I said, serving Yahweh Shai, whether things are going good or bad for you. Yes, because again, we know Yahweh Shai is in 100% control of everything, from everything. That's why I was going to say what? In Romans 8th chapter, it says, the creatures made subject to vanity, not willingly, by reason of him. Flaky for yawning. Okay, it says, the creatures made subject to vanity, not willingly, by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. So, we know we're in this low state. We're in punishment, so to speak, by Yahweh Shai, letting the heathen nations completely destroy us. And of course, we have things in the flesh that we've done to warrant that. But nevertheless, we understand that Yahweh Shai is the one who made us do that. So again, the whole point is, I'm doing the lesson is, the elder was making a point about basically not being offended by that, and you're still standing by Yahweh Shai and trusting in Him. And I'm making a point. And I made this point in a recent video. Forgive me for my talking. I'm just trying to give the context of this lesson. It's not going to be super long. It's just quick in transit, thinking out loud, like on the way home from the live stream. But I'm going to read this verse. This is Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a calmly and delicate woman. Right, and again, the hopeful elect is really what the elect right now. We're part of the hopeful elect. We're really the bride, as is written, the bride of Yahweh Shai. All right, the bride of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua, the woman of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua. That's how the Lord likens the elect men. And the elect, if the Lord wasn't part of that number, they're a faithful woman. They're a woman who believes in her man while he's building himself up to be somebody. Like, for example, on a carnal level in this world, you have, for example, an athlete. You may be an athlete from middle school or even younger than that. You know what I'm saying? You have dreams of so-called getting to the NBA, NFL, all these different things, right? And you have a woman who don't believe in you. She like, man, nigga, you ain't gonna make it to that far. You know how Eve be, and she not with you for the ride. She like, nigga, okay, well, if you make it, then I'll come back. But for right now, nigga, you broke. I need somebody who's already established, right? And they'll leave. But then once you get to the point that you were working towards, then all of a sudden she want to come back around. But see, that's not real genuine love. It's fake. All right, and that's how it usually be. These athletes, etc., these entertainers. The women that want to be all on their dick and shit like that. Once they get to that level, that's why every Jake talk about it. Literally, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. All these different. It's basically a different way for Jake to say that. Okay, these classic cliche terms, because all these men experience that. Because these women, they're not with you they're not with you when you're building yourself up. They don't really believe in you. They just want to benefit of your success. After you went through all the hard work, then here is the woman's supposed to be a helpmeet, but she don't want to help you when you actually need help. She so-called want to be a helpmeet after you don't need help no more. But I'm liking that carnal example, because even the Lord does that. How about Shai likens this carnal example as his relationship between the Israelite man, between the sons of God, especially the elect sons of God. Well, the elect and the non-elect, because the non-elect, they've been written in this story by your Heavenly Father Yahweh to be that woman, that wicked woman who doesn't believe in her man. While I'm giving an example. It could be anything. It could be, look, I'm gonna make a fucking business. I'm gonna make a business selling cookies. Whatever the fuck it is that the man is aspiring to do, while he's trying to build himself up to that, the woman doesn't believe in him. She gives him a hard time. She disrespects him. She downplays him. All right. And then she eventually she leaves. That's the 2/3 of Israel, man. They don't believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. They don't believe in the kingdom. They don't have faith in Yahushua's rulership to come. They're like, man, whatever, nigga. I'm concerned about right now. I'm concerned about Babylon the Great. I'm concerned about not just Babylon the Great, all these different heathen empires, man, that we were scattered in. Even when Yahushua himself, during the Roman Empire, when Yahushua himself was on the scene, he was in his lowest state. Again, like I said, these points came up in the live stream. He was in his lowest state. He really refused being made king and having a crown because he understood it wasn't time. But Yahushua wasn't rich living in the palace. All right, he talked about what? Those who wear soft clothing, whether in palaces or in king's houses. What we paraphrase. You brothers know I'm quoting. Forgive me. I am driving. Forgive me for not getting every single precept. But again, like I said, Yahushua wasn't in his kingly estate. He came lowly. Let's just say that was Leak prophesied. He was lowly, riding upon an ass, right? But guess what? The majority of Israel, they rejected him. All right, they didn't want to bow down and listen to Yahushua. They looked down upon Yahushua. They had a problem with Yahushua. They don't respect his authority as the only begotten Son. But you had the elect woman. All right, the elect, okay, which represents the Lord's woman. They did. The disciples and many believers, certain men and women, all right, they believed in Yahushua and they gave him his reverence. They really bowed. They understood his position as the Son of God, even though he was the only begotten Son of God. All right, and they understood that he was destined to rule. This is the one. This is the Messiah. This is the one that's destined to rule for eternity in the kingdom of heaven. Right? It's his kingdom. Right? So they gave him that reverence, man. They weren't disrespecting Yahushua or, no, man, whatever. Who this nigga broke? Who gives a fuck what he has to say, right? So I said, I just meditate on this. I just want to do a lesson on it real quick and say what the elder was going into is very heavy. I might even repost the last little bit of the live stream, but again, it was very, very heavy. And the points he was making, like I said, it made me think even deeper about it. Like I said, like that's what it is with the elect. Listen, non-elect, okay, concerning the Israelite men, really the Israelite men are really the bride of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You know, that's the Lord's woman. Majority of Israelite men, they don't respect Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua right now. They're like, man, whatever. But the hopeful elect, well, the elect right now, we're part of the hopeful elect. We respect Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's authority, even though we see this as Satan's world. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has given his world to Satan. Of course, the actual spiritual demon Satan, but Esau, Edom, and then all the past empires. You know, again, you go to the statue and down in the 2nd chapter, you know what I'm saying, the Babylonians, the Medes, the Persians, Greece, Rome, etc., different heathen nations, we don't acknowledge them. That's why I say I gave an example of 3 holy children the elder had brought out in the lesson. Right? They understood, like, the Lord temporarily gave rulership over to Nebuchadnezzar and them, etc., but they still acknowledge Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua as the supreme power. They didn't. Mordecai, he didn't bow down to Haman. He still bowed down to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. He knows who the true power is. And that's what we're doing. We know who the true power is. We understand that we're in Babylon and we have to be here. And Esau, Edom has dominion right now. The Edomite man, the so-called white man, he has the supremacy. But we understand the Lord gave him that. We're not to think of him higher than he is, man. Like Yahushua said, he said what? He said, "Reign unto Caesar what is Caesar's." We know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is in the real control, so we bow down to him. That's why, Lord willing, in the time to come when Esau, Edom brings his mark to the beast, just like the prophecy says he will, okay, to bow down and worship him, take the mark, put the microchip inside your body. We're not, Lord willing, we're not going to do that. And we're going to be persecuted for that. But again, that's showing the faith. I brought out that 1 Peter 1 in the NLT, right, about our faith being tried. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just the point, man. I don't know exactly I'm giving this title yet, but like, yeah, just the elect are going to be that faithful woman that's going to be with, okay, her man was our man. What is Yahushua, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, right? Even when he's on the come up, because right now we don't physically see Yahushua ruling, but we believe. You know what? It's not saying this. Let me go ahead and grab it, man. That 1 Peter. Yeah, 1 Peter 1. This is, I'm going to bring it out because I brought it in the live show. I'm going to read it again. This is 1 Peter 1 in NLT. I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, "So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure many trials for a little while." Right? There's wonderful joy. That's what we have faith of. We have faith in our man. All right? Our spiritual man, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, we have faith that he's going to bring all the good things he promised us, man. That Yahushua will sit on his throne. And like he promised, he said, what? The certain disciples are going to sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, as well as the whole world. And then the 144,000 men, we're going to be his body, his government, and we're going to be glorified. When Yahushua gets glorified, that's when we get glorified. So we're patiently waiting on him. All right, just like a woman, like I said, I gave a carnal example. These entertainers, these athletes. You have a dream, or whether you're a businessman, whatever you are, and you have a dream, and it's like having a faithful woman that actually believes in you. You have plenty of examples, like a woman, Jake, he don't really got a job, but he's just in the studio every day making some beats, making songs, and his woman's working to support him, and then eventually he makes it big, so to speak, in this world. I'm just giving a carnal example. He makes it big, and that woman gets rewarded, because you always gonna remember, that woman, she was with me when I have nothing. She was with me, she believed in me, and she was on my side, okay, when I was building myself up. You see, so it's a different level of intimacy. It's a different level of trust. It's a different level of relationship between that man and woman when that woman really believed in you. All right. But like I said, again, you liken it to the bigger picture. 2/3, they don't believe in Yahweh Shem Shai right now. All they believe is what they see. All they believe, just like majority of women, they're not a so-called ride or die woman. They don't have faith in their man building up, like the constant thing to say these women don't want to build, they want to move in. They want to sit at the finish line, and then they want to be a woman for you. But it's like, no, we ain't no, it ain't the same. It ain't the same dealing with a woman. Now that I done built myself, this same woman wouldn't give me the time of day, but now that I done built myself up and did through the hard work, now all of a sudden she want to be joined to me in my empire. Nah. It don't hit the same. Even if you deal, even these athletes in the town, say even when that's a big reason why Jake treat these women like they treat them, and they just treat them like shit and cast them aside, right? Because they know, man, bitch, you ain't really with me. All right, you will the carnal thing you can gain, which again, we understand is in a woman's nature to do that, to want comfortability and want to have a man of means, etc. But again, it means more when you're actually with the man building up, man. Like I said, I don't be here all day long. Like I said, going into this, like I said, it's just a example, and that's how I just meditate on this fact. The elect are going to be with the Lord while He's building up. Again, with Yahweh Shem Shai, He's already in control of everything, but while we're waiting for the actual kingdom of heaven to be made manifest. So continue to read 1 Peter 1:7 NLT. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. See, that your faith is genuine, that you really believe in the Lord. Because everybody can say they believe in the Lord while He's just blessing you with goodness. But let's see if you believe in the Lord while He's taking you through hardship and heartache. And us as Israelite men, that's what we're going through. And I'm not just talking about brothers who believe, I'm talking about all Israelite men. We're going through a heartache, trouble. Our women turned against us, where the Lord has put the heathen men over us. We're humiliated. We're in the bottom. We're low. Everybody makes fun of us. Everybody got a slick comment about the sons of God, the so-called Black, Latino, Native American man. Even as we're proclaiming our heritage, people laughing at us. They want to cast us down from our excellency, as the scriptures say, right? And majority of Israelite men, they're not built to go through that. They're just like, man, fuck this, man. I'd rather just go be in the world and try to be somebody here. I'm not willing to go through this humiliation process. I'm not willing to believe in the Lord even when it's not popular, XYZ. I'm not willing to believe in the Lord while He's giving me evil. Fuck it. If there's no carnal benefit, immediate carnal benefit of believing in the Lord and Him blessing me, then fuck it. I'm not gonna serve Yahweh Shem Shai. I'd rather just go do my own thing. But there's a remnant of the sons of God who are gonna say, you know what, fuck it. Even though I know the Lord's in control of everything, even though I know the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai is the reason why we went off in the first place. He's the one that put on our spirit to go off. Like I said again, the spirit, the creatures made subject to vanity, not willingly, right? We know that, right? We know the Lord was behind all of that. Fuck it, I'm still just gonna serve the Lord. I know it sucks right now. I know my life ain't how I want it to be. I'm not getting no respect on the earth. Nobody, you can't even be a man here. We get disrespected. We're in bitter captivity. We're subject to payments. We're working a bullshit ass job, slaving away for these heathens. Esau living life on large. He got all this wealth and prosperity. People look at him like he's the god of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Even these niggas, these Chris Browns, all these different celebrity jakes that sell out to Esau, and they say the hell with Yahweh Shem Shai. They're living good right now. But us having faith in Yahweh Shem Shai in the permanent world, because this is all temporary, we like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna keep my integrity. Like again, the brother quoted, the elder Arshad quoted Job. Okay, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, and I will maintain my own ways before him. Like, fuck it, man. Even though I know it's not gonna be no immediate benefit, I'm still gonna serve Yahweh Shem Shai, and Lord willing, through my faith, like you're reading about this genuine faith in the kingdom, I'm gonna have a reward, and that's why I'm gonna get my victory. Right? I'm not gonna win right now, but if I keep my faith, I'm gonna win it eventually, man. Right? And the Lord's gonna reward his faithful woman, the one who believed in him when things, she didn't have access to a yacht. She had to go to work. She wasn't living a so-called, these women talk about she wasn't living a soft life. She had to go to work. She had to still come here with a good attitude and serve me, right, and do what I tell her to do. And she wasn't reaping no immediate benefits. She didn't have a Gucci purse. Again, I'm giving the carnal example to tie it with the spiritual. See, that's majority of women. Majority of Israelite women, they don't want to be with the men of the Lord. These women talk about they want a God-fearing man. They don't want to be with a servant of Yahweh Shem Shai, because we don't have the carnal benefits of this world. We can't give them access. You ain't going to hop on a yacht with us. You ain't going to be flying in and out the country over and over and over again, taking all these trips and having all the carnal. No, you ain't going to have all that. You going to work. We gonna try to do our best to have a decent living space, and we're gonna suffer until the Lord come back. And the majority of women are not willing to do that, man. They're not willing to do that with the men of the Lord. It's like the majority said these sons of God, the Israelite men, they're not willing to do that for the Lord, right? So again, it says these trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold, though your faith is far more precious than gold. Our faith, the genuine faith of the elect, is far more precious than gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on a day when Yahweh Shai Mashiach is revealed to the whole world. You see? So that's when we're going to get our reward, man. Like Ezra, go to the 2nd Ezra, start at verse 3 and read them chapters, man. And he was asking a real question. He was talking about, like, Lord, their reward appeareth not. He was talking about the faithful, the righteous, the ones who believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. It's this heavy video I saw some years back. This is like 5 years ago. It's still on YouTube. It's entitled "Those Who God Hates, He Often Gives Plenty." It's an Edomite, but he was just going into like his perspective. I don't know if like AI voiceover or whatever, but it's like literally he was just going into his perspective, like how we read the scriptures, read the Bible. Those who are not serving God, those who are not righteous, those who are not even attempting to be righteous, and those who are actually wicked, who are persecuting the righteous, one wicked man will have more than all the righteous saints combined. And I said, Ezra made that comparison. He's like, man, I've gone here and there throughout the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth and think not upon thy commandments, man. The Babylonians, he's like, are they then in Babylon better than they of Zion? So you got the heathen who are doing way better than the righteous of Israel, and then not only that, you got the even the wicked of our own people. They're doing better than the righteous, man. Right? You see, they have more comfortability in this world than the righteous. They're looked at in good esteem, right? It's a heavy video to watch. If you ever want to look it up, I don't know. I forgot what YouTube page it's on, but like I say, but again, it's just a heavy video, bro. Like I say, even though he's Edomite, he was in the spirit, man. All right, he was talking about that. He talks about how there's some that the God talks about with that he has a everlasting, undying love for, and then some that he hates, right? He even mentioned Jacob and Esau, but it's just funny because he doesn't realize he's talking about himself. If he's an Edomite, maybe he's a Jake, whatever. I know Jake will say whatever, but let me finish this. It says, verse 8, it says, you love him even though you have never seen him. Though you do not see him now, you trust him and you rejoice with glorious, inexpressible joy, right? Because of course we've seen Yahweh and Yahweh Shai in the spirit world, but in this carnal flesh, then the Lord remove that from our mind. We don't actually have, like, in this this current regeneration we're in, we don't actually have no knowledge of it, no discussing and talking to Yahweh Shai. We're just fully off faith. We're riding off faith, man. You see? It says the reward for trusting him will be the salvation of your souls, man. So there's a reward for the faithful woman. I might entitle less than that. I don't know exactly I'm gonna give the title yet, but Lord, what is edifying, man? Like I said, I'm just laying back and off like the spirit that was closing out the live stream, and then even like I said, the title live stream about not losing your faith. So I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shemi Al-Shai, about Shimon Krakwadash, Delbon to Apostle Els Great Millstone, Shalom to Hopeful Elect, man, a Bible Ball, Kwame Asherala, Shalom, man. Hold your faith. Shalom.